Barcelona. Barcelona are on a spending spree. I see many Barcelona fans talking about, how did Barcelona get the money to spend? You need to understand that football these days, a lot has to do with amortization of fees. So Barcelona spending that huge fee on Anthony Gordon. Look, Premier League fans know that Anthony Gordon is not the creme de la creme of attackers. And in the Prem, if you're calling top 5 wingers, you would be forgiven if you don't call Gordon. The fact that Barcelona have gone to spend 70 mil on this guy, it means they've seen something. There's a data, and I would say is the fact that he presses so high. He's an all-energetic winger. He goes forward, beginning to end, plays for a high-pressing Newcastle team, and I think he fits into what Hansi Flick is doing. But is he the proper profile for that winger position to rival Rafinha? I would say no. Rafinha would not lose sleep playing with a Gordon because Gordon does not have that output. Forget the goals he scored. He scored a lot of it against Karabakh. He scored loads of penalties and whatnot. At Barcelona, he's not getting no penalties. It's Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, and whoever before Gordon. He's not getting no penalties at Barcelona. So Barcelona spending 70 mil on Gordon. There has to be something behind that. It's not output because the output's not there. But the next thing I would like to say is the fee, which everyone has been talking about. How did Barcelona make this money? Okay, cool. I'll tell you how they do. Spending 70 mil on Gordon for a 5 years contract is divided by 5. So Barcelona will have to pay a fraction each year according to balance in the books. And you have to understand, a lot of leeway have been taken off that transfer because Lewandowski is leaving the club. And that's a huge wage bill. That's a huge wage bill leaving the Barcelona pay. Lewandowski leaving Barcelona, a huge wage bill space have been created. Although I don't understand. What I don't understand here is Barcelona getting Gordon on a 300k per week is madness. Gordon on 300k. Look, pay for Rashford, a cheaper fee. I think he's about 2 years older than Gordon, more experienced, more of an all-rounded player because Rashford is good from all facets of play. He can take corner kicks, he can take free kicks, he can take penalties. He can't press like a Gordon, but he's got that. And finishing, I think Rashford is a better finisher than Gordon. So spending that much money on Gordon is madness. Because the age, you can't even do an age bias right now. Because they are almost mates. So yeah, Barcelona spending that much money on Gordon, amortize over a period of time, Lewandowski fee living there, create the space for Barcelona to be able to do that. So this is why Barcelona are able to spend that money. The next thing that's going to happen is, if Barcelona let go of Marcus Rashford, the Julian Alvarez transfer will make more sense because now another big wage bill is leaving the space. About 250k or whatever Rashford is on at Barcelona is going to leave, and there's more space for a player like Julian Alvarez to come in, and Barcelona can actually do that gymnastics that they do normally in the La Liga to actually balance the books. And again, Barcelona have an agreement patch with La Liga for a ratio 1-to-1. So you sell one, you bring in one. So this way they're able to do this transfer with these players, so they can actually sell anyone they want to sell and bring in Julian Alvarez. So with Lewandowski leaving, Gordon is a proper replacement. If Rashford goes, Julian Alvarez comes in. So that way they balance the books. So Barcelona don't need to do too much mathematics to actually register any more players if they let Rashford and Lewandowski go, which we know Lewandowski has actually gone already. It's just a Rashford case. So if Rashford leaves, Julian Alvarez can actually come in. But the problem here is Atletico Madrid are going to require a significant transfer fee to let Julian Alvarez join Barcelona. Remember what they did when Griezmann wanted to join Barcelona? A huge fee was called. I believe the same thing will happen if Julian Alvarez is to go to Barcelona. But the problem here is look, it's not about the transfer. It's amortizing the transfer, one, and secondly, balancing the books. And I think Barcelona also need to balance two other parts of the pitch. They need a centre-back and they need a right-back to actually pair or play with Koundé. Because in that position, they've actually struggled. When Koundé is not there, they've deployed everyone there. Everyone. Eric Garcia, everyone has played there. There's no... Barcelona don't have a very good right-back replacement if Koundé is not playing. For the left-back, they have Gerard Martin. They have the other guy, Barde, and they could get Cucurella. So that position is quite covered. Barcelona need one centre-back to pair with Kubasi, who's going to be top. But I believe the deal with Bastoni is done. They're not going to get him. So Real Madrid election is coming up. And the person who's rivaling Florentino Pérez is Enrique Riquelme. Who is Enrique Riquelme? He's a business magnate. He's into renewable energy. He has no football experience, just like Perez had no football experience before moving to Madrid. Perez was a construction engineer before he went to Madrid. But what Perez sold to the Madrid Ultras at the time was, look, I want to regalvanize this team. We're going to build a Galactico, a team that is worthy of watching every single week. We're going to make Madrid more competitive, and we're going to make it pleasing for the fans. This was what sold Perez to the fans. And this is the same book that Enrique Riquelme is selling to the Madrid fans. I want to bring in 2 big stars and a top manager to make Madrid great again. Because now you can't talk about finances, because Real Madrid are a well-financed club. Perez, on the financial part of things, is running Madrid properly. Getting Mbappe on the free, getting Rudiger on the free, getting Courtois on the free, getting Bellingham on a discounted transfer, and so on and so forth. So you can't sell that to Madrid fans. I think the thing that is selling to Madrid fans is, look, a proper manager and 2 Galactico signings. But I think the thing for me here is I don't think you can actually use that to beat Perez. You need to come with something more creative to beat Perez. Because if you're talking about Galactico signing, Perez got you Bellingham, Mbappe, he's got them Trent Arnold, he's got Rudiger, he's got the goalkeeper without breaking the bank. So this is going to be a tough task for Enrique Riquelme to do. But look, in football, competition makes it better. Let's see how that comes through. Perez has said he would not have a one-to-one debate with Riquelme because this is going to give him more airtime and make Riquelme more popular. He's not going to give him that free publicity. Do your thing and let's get to the election. But look, if you ask me, on paper right now, I think Perez is going to win. But it's good for Riquelme to actually come in and ruffle feathers, because that means when Perez brings a new manager, which I believe should be Jose Mourinho, when he comes in, he's going to give Mourinho more power to do what he wants to do, because the Madrid team needs a lot of shaking up.